Okay, so maybe we're gonna be looking that way.
No, we're gonna be looking there.
I know, but like, don't you need to look over there to see like who's talking here?
Yeah, should be fine. So we'll just chill for a second.
Why don't you sit right here?
A computer? Because the microphone's right there. Decisions.
You should have got the other two.
No.
So you put, like, just move this a little bit, and you put the computer right there.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be looking this way.
Yep.
Why can't you just make room?
I guess you can, huh? Just make some room. All this hard work that I did all day. Just kidding. Took me like 5 minutes to set this up. Sorry guys, this is our first time doing a live video, so kind of figuring everything out. Okay, that's all right. We're gonna get through this. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. Sorry guys. All right. Probably a lot of noise because we got a nice professional microphone here. And oh yeah, that sounds pretty good. Trying to think. You
check
can
1,
hear
2.
I'm like chip.
Can you hear the computer now?
A little bit.
Oh.
I'm sure
Is that gonna be annoying?
No, it kind of sounds like a car idling, like in the cold of winter. You know what I mean? Like ready to pick somebody up. Not like I'm gonna kill somebody, pick somebody up. Like it's like, oh, we have to go to the mall today, and not to worry.
Okay.
Got a riot. All right. Yeah. So let's get started. So we wanted to. I think we should be good on here. Unless you want to listen. Do you want to listen?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we wanted to have a live podcast for you guys today because, one, nobody's allowed within 6 feet of anybody in the entire world right now. So
except us.
Yeah. We were, however, talking the other day that it's pretty good to be quarantined with somebody that you love.
Oh yeah.
Rather than somebody that you would hate. So
we're pretty lucky.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. Also, she has an art studio that she can go to whenever I get annoyed. And yeah. So that's it for the show, you guys. We really appreciate. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So, anyways, we wanted to gather as many people as we can today to kind of just see what's crack-a-lacking out there and kind of have like a social setting without actually being in a social setting, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mentioned we should talk about why we started the podcast in the first place.
Yeah. So let's crack that shit out.
Yeah.
So,
if you haven't listened to the first podcast, which probably pretty crappy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
The sound is like pretty bad, so listen to it if you want, but I probably wouldn't listen to it.
No.
But we started this for fun initially.
Sorry, I thought we were going to cheers first.
Oh, we're in cheers?
I thought we were going to cheers, and then I thought we could explain the rules.
What's the rules?
No biting, no punching.
For what?
For you.
What are you talking about?
Okay, so cheers, first of all. Rules. There are no rules, except for if you want to say something, we do have a live chat thing available here. So feel free to live chat. I don't know if you have to like be in an account or something.
Yeah, we don't even know how it works.
Oh, honestly, I don't know if I'm really live streaming right now. So find out in a couple hours. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so
yes.
Why did we first start our naked story? How did it first start?
The podcast or just the whole profile?
The whole profile.
Well, you started it, so maybe you can talk about that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's see.
Start on Tumblr.
Oh, the actual logistics of starting.
Oh, I don't know. You.
They're saying like spiritually, emotionally.
Oh, well, however you want to take it.
So anyway, don't want to take it too crazy. So I met Elizabeth on October. I think it was like 13th, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Whenever it was. And I met her at Olive Del Ranch, which is a nudist resort in Southern California.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. And I was like, what was
that? My phone?
All right, you can answer it and I'll keep talking. And I was like, hey, who's this chick?
I'm just going to.
She's pretty cute. I'm not very cute. So there's no chance. And then all of a sudden, long story short, we fell in love that night. It's pretty cool. So we had a lot of adventures together for the first couple weeks, first couple months. Then now it's been 3 years. We've had amazing adventures everywhere around the world. And part of those adventures is like being naked. I don't know, we just like to be naked. So
we met at a nudist resort, and we met naked, and that was something that we both really enjoyed doing. We visited Olive Dell quite often just to, enjoy the pool, lay out, tan, play whatever game naked. Like we were both like really passionate about that.
Yeah.
Like that was like this was my favorite place to go. It's just for like a little mini weekend vacation. Go to the resort, lay out, meet some cool people, enjoy their events, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So the name Our Naked Story became Our Naked Story because all the other names were taken. So we're gonna be like the Naked Adventure Couple.
Did you have a different title before or no?
I don't remember what it was. I did. Yeah, it was like the Naked Seekers or something like that, or whatever it was. And then I don't know, it was just cool because like every time we came to like a nudist resort or every time we were talking to people, you just like I love stories. I love telling stories. I love hearing stories. I love hearing people's
lives.
You
meet a lot of interesting people. Like nudists are really social.
Yeah. So we decided to name it Our Naked Story, which, in a nutshell, is our naked story. But now that we've grown a little bit bigger, it's become now like our naked story, like our as in like the world's naked story, because we get to talk to people from all around the world and from different. Well, that explains all of it. All around the world, and it's just really cool to listen to how people got started, how nervous people were at their first time. Some people didn't really give a fuck when they just got naked.
Yeah.
And yeah, so what we did was first we started on Tumblr. Well, we started like on our own Instagram pages, kind of just posting here and there. And then we started on Tumblr because Tumblr didn't have a rule against nudity. So we had a whole Tumblr page, and we were doing really good. We were getting people to come to Olive Dell. We were getting people just like want to experience naturism. I actually met one of my really good friends on Tumblr, Mike Lazowski. If you're out there, talking to you. Oh.
He's a rock climber, so we learned a lot of rock climbers like to be naked.
Yeah, which is weird. Well, not weird, but like it's good.
It's interesting.
Yeah. So and then it kind of started blowing up from there. So then we met up with like True Nudists. We met that couple who runs that page. And then from there we started working with like Anner, or not working for, but like working alongside Anner. They would ask us questions like, oh, how do we get younger people here? And we're like, well.
And we worked at the travel show, the LA travel show. Was it last year?
Yeah.
At the Anner booth, trying to, promote naturism, promote all the California clubs and talk to people, just get them to stop and chat, tell them what we're about.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then, as everybody knows, we frequent Olive Dell Ranch a lot. So then we even got asked from the owners of Olive Dell to kind of help out with their marketing, to bring in not just younger people, but bring in like kind of like what this
more families and couples and
promote
what they're about.
Exactly. Yeah. So and obviously like what we're about. Well, we'll get into that a little bit later, but like what we're about is like the non-sexual social nudity, which is for literally everybody, So and then there was one day where I was driving or something, and it's like, dude, you should like, because those podcasts were like really coming out. Dude, we should do a podcast. So I started researching. I was like, there's no nudist podcast out there. Little I know, actually, there's actually a couple. They're all really good. Actually, you should really listen to them. Some off the top of my head, I know like the Naked Colors podcast. It's a really good podcast to listen to. I think he's from Georgia or something like that, or Atlanta, which is Georgia. I don't know. And then there's also Bear Oaks, which is a Canadian nude resort.
Yeah.
In Canada.
I don't know the exact name, but yeah, if you look up Bear Oaks, you can find out his podcast.
Yeah.
There's that other one, that British podcast.
The British Nature Show?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that one. And then also on top of like podcasts, there's also like a shitload of like blogs out there too. It's like one of our favorite ones is the Naked Wanderings, which we've met, and they're like
amazing.
100% true nudists.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never met anybody more true nudists than they are. It's ridiculous.
So to go back to like why we started this, we started it just for fun, and Blake has different reasons than me. I wanted to support him, but I also wanted to have the information out there because there's so much like unknown about this type of hobby or lifestyle or mindset, philosophy, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, oh, I could just tell what I experienced. I can only tell from my point of view, like my experience, and that's it. Like we don't own a naturist club. Like we weren't born in naturist families. Like we kind of just found it later on through friends, and we're just telling our story.
Yeah.
And other people's stories, like because we meet so many amazing people and people like similar in age and similar backgrounds, and every time like somebody tells their story, yeah, everybody has kind of like the same story, but it's also a little bit different. So I think it's just good to hear like how everybody like found this and what they think about it, and yeah, just giving people information.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So
why did you start it?
Well, I started it because I just have so much fun when I'm naked, and going to all these resorts and stuff like this. Well, mainly Olive Dell in particular. I was kind of just like going through like a rough time, and then I found Olive Dell, and then since then I've like never been happier. Obviously, it's not just Olive Dell, but Olive Dell is a huge reason to my happiness right now. And I remember just like meeting all these other people who are just so miserable through life, and I'm like, dude, I'm so fucking happy. Like I don't know what to tell you, you know. Like I get naked and they're like, oh, I don't know, my wiener's small or whatever. I'm just like, all right, well, I'm happy, so I don't know what to tell you. But then like I've had some friends that probably would have found out about naturism, without visiting with me, or would get the courage to come, and they found happiness in it. And when you get past, like, it's really, I don't know, it's getting to a point now where it's just like, I think that it really is getting more acceptable. I feel like people
socially,
yeah, I feel like it's not really too much of a deal, but there still are way more people who, because like the world today is just so sexually like frustrated in a way. Like when you're growing up, you're like, oh, you can't look at porn, you can't, do this until you're a certain age. You can't. So you just have all these questions like throughout your entire life, and that was kind of like what kind of happened to me. Was like I was so like sheltered as a child, where like, oh, you don't do this, you don't do this, you don't. Mm-hmm. Not in a bad way. They were just trying to raise a respectful man, but it kind of gets your mind going, where you're like, oh well, what happened if this happened, or how does a naked woman's body look like? But now, like, being at a nudist resort for so long, it's just like it's not really a thing anymore. Like, yes, don't get me wrong, there's still plenty of beautiful people out there that can turn me on. I'm not saying I'm like impotent to like, getting turned on. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, I know now different situations, for what you're in.
Yeah, like being naked is just normal. Like everybody at some point in the day probably gets naked. I'm pretty sure most people will be naked at one point in the day. And it's just like, that's a normal thing.
Yeah.
It's not nothing to be ashamed about. It's nothing to be embarrassed. And like here is just like, they allow for people to do that, but like more freedom to just be who you are, not worry about judgment. Which people will still judge you, whatever. But it's you accepting yourself. Like you have the courage to just be you without clothes and not care. And I think that's like really powerful for like an individual.
Oh yeah.
Because it's all about you. It's not like everybody else, like, doesn't really matter. Like you do it for you. Like I get naked when I'm comfortable, when I'm having a good time, and like when I'm with people who are like-minded. Like that's when I feel like the best, like as like my best self, I guess, or the best version of myself, or with like like-minded people who all accept like themselves, and like nobody cares. Like nobody's like, oh, like, check that guy out or check that girl out. Like nobody cares. We're all there. We all love like ourselves, and we're having a good time.
Yeah. And then you make a really good point too. And this, I always kind of have the saying that you say is always like towards just relationships, but again, like everything is a relationship. If you have a friend, that's still a relationship, a girlfriend or a wife or a husband or whatever you have. You have to work hard for relationships. And she says all the time, I'm going to take care of me for you if you take care of you for me. And that should be the same way for pretty much all of humanity, in a way. Because that's kind of what the what I'm trying to say. Like when it all gets back to, like, if somebody's mean to you, it's not about you. It's something that they see in themselves that they don't like about themselves. So they're gonna they don't like that about themselves, or towards you. If that makes sense.
They're taking it out on you. They're taking like their insecurities out on you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because they don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, and it's not like everybody who does that is a super bad person, because sometimes it happens that way without being a negative, like, for everybody involved. So like for people who are like really loud and like obnoxious and like talk about themselves a lot, I don't really like hang out with them. I actually get really nervous hanging out with them. But then I think about it, I'm like, oh, like, it makes me reflect on myself. I'm like, do I not like them? Or not that I don't like them, but do I not want to hang out with them? Because that's what I'm afraid that I do. Do I talk about myself too much? Am I loud? Am I obnoxious? And then that's why I feel like I'm really quiet most of the time, is because I don't want to be that person. So kind of take a step back. Does that
it makes sense. I just don't think you're quiet all the time.
No, not all the time. Definitely not. Especially when I'm a few drinks in my And on this podcast, I'm definitely a different person.
Yeah, you're definitely more outgoing.
Yeah, so if you guys see me like at a bar or something, like, I'm the guy in the corner, just like my beard just like huddled up. So but yeah. So let's see. So we've got 3 people in here right now. I don't know if more are coming or not, but the 3 people that are on there, I don't know. Can you guys help us try to figure out this this live chat thing? I don't know. Let's learn more here. Let's check this out. Oh shit. Hopefully you guys can still see me. Okay. I don't know what this means. Let's try this. Can I exit out of this? Let's just say something. Hello. Sorry if that's like really loud, you guys. The computer's like right next to. Can anybody see that? Can anybody say something back? No? Alright. Okay, let's see if maybe I have to go to settings. Participants. It's just us.
Nice.
That's cool. So, alrighty. Well, how about this? If this isn't working, you guys can hit us up on Instagram right now. If you have any questions. Oh, that's somebody did it. If you have any questions. Oh, that's pretty cool. Sorry. Just a little side note. I have a rock climbing wall at my house because all the gyms are closed right now, and you're not allowed to go outside. So I have my friend sending me pictures of like different routes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Pretty cool though. So yeah, guys, if you want, for those of you guys that are listening, go to our Naked Story and send us a message so we know that this is all working. Oh, my mom reacted to my story.
Your mom what?
My mom reacted to the story. So let's see. So did you have any dreams last night? I had this dream that the AIs were taking over, and got pretty crazy. So I was kind of, oh, there you go. Look at it. We got somebody that says hi. Cool. Now we can have a comment. See, this is the main reason we want to do this today, is because when we're on the podcast, when we don't do it live, then we can't talk to anybody, because obviously we're talking to like just the one person that we're talking to. So yeah, hello. Let's say, how's the sound? Yeah. I guess we can ask. So we asked earlier today on. Oh, sweet. Loud and clear.
On Instagram.
Yeah. So on Instagram, we asked if anybody had any questions for us or topics for us to talk about today. So.
Yeah. Somebody asked, does size matter? And I say yes.
See, this is
just kidding. Like, size for what? I don't even know.
See, well, that's the
or
thing.
Like sexually, or just like to be a person.
So
to be a person doesn't really matter.
That's true. So let's talk it. Let's go from both points.
And we're promoting like non-sexual social nudism.
So we're gonna do it on that page,
What page?
the non-sexual part. He's probably just asking like, if I go to a nudist resort, people make fun, a big old wiener.
Yeah.
You know. So no, nobody really gives a fuck, to be honest. That was kind of one thing that I was worried about. I don't know why. I don't know. I think it's because.
Were you worried about it? Like, why?
Because
of other people, or
well, I was worried that people,
women? Or...
I was worried that no, actually, all other people. People were gonna make fun of me for like.
Make fun of you?
Yeah, like, oh, look at his little dick or whatever, and then you're just like, I don't know. But then you're there, and then you just start like nobody's. Okay, put it this way: if somebody's sitting there looking at your wiener, something wrong with them. Who just stares at wieners?
I feel like, especially at a family nudist resort, if somebody said something like rude or inappropriate, it wouldn't be okay.
Yeah, not at all.
Like that person would probably be shunned or shamed because they're doing something inappropriate.
Yes.
It's all about making everybody like feel comfortable and safe. And if you're doing something that's otherwise, then it's not going to go over well.
Yeah.
For that person, nobody's going to want to talk to them. And everybody's pretty friendly. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, that's the creep. Like, stay away from that guy."
Now, again, this could fall also. So you got an eyelash here. This could also fall into that same category we were just talking about,
being comfortable. Because if you're not comfortable, then it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and then this all kind of goes out the window. Like it's not even fun anymore.
But I think right now, since everybody can't really go anywhere, I mean, all adult gates are still open. If you're in Southern California area, you can go on a hike. And nobody's out there, I promise you. Because I go hiking all the time and I don't see anybody.
Yeah.
But it's the perfect time, like if you're kind of like wondering, like, yeah, like I just want to hang out in my house naked, like, or in my room, or just hang out in the bathroom like longer than usual naked to get comfortable.
Every time I think that you're pooping
like
for a long time.
It's whatever. Everybody poops. It'll be fine.
All right, here we go. I don't know if everybody can see this guy's name or not. Or girl, I'm pretty sure it's man. So we won't say her name, but he says, I would be interested in hearing about your forays into the hot springs. Is forays a word?
Right. I think it just means search.
Like context, I can get it. But that's a good choice of word. I like word. I love words, to be honest. I love words with my heart. I spent about 5 months of the year in Palm Springs, which is a great place to be naked. Haven't been to any hot springs as yet. Also want to check out Olive Doe Ranch. Okay, so let's knock this out. Okay. Hot springs, we absolutely love them. It's like a hippie's paradise.
There is a hot spring resort in Palm Springs.
There is an amazing one too. Okay.
I might have to look it up.
No, just
Living Waters.
Living Waters, yeah.
Spa and resort. I don't know if they're open still.
Yeah. So we have an article on. We'll start with that. We'll start with Living Waters. So we have an article on our blog. Oh, he's a guy.
Yeah.
It's all right. You're human. That's what we're looking for. So in Palm Springs. Okay. So this journey actually starts in Honduras or in Mexico. Somewhere in Mexico. And we met this couple, and I don't know, they just had this thing about them. It was just like, have you ever been around somebody like, dude, that's one positive motherfucker right there, And I saw him, and like he was wearing sprays, and so we turned around, we're like, hey man, like we're from California too, like where are you guys from? They're like, oh, we live at Palm Springs, and we own this Like, oh shit, well we love being naked, and we love hot springs. Hook up the deets, man. So then they invited us. Yeah, so they invited us, and then he's like, "Hey, come on by. We're doing this couples massage class. And you kind of just learn how to give massages to each other." So yeah, dude, fucking love to. So we get there, and there's it's really cool. Living Waters Hot or Springs Resort. So they have I think they have 9 rooms.
Yeah, it's really small. Yeah, so there's 9 hotel rooms.
And they're really cool. They got kitchen, they got the bathroom and the bed and.
Everything you need.
So beautiful. And again, this couple is just absolutely amazing. Their names are Jeff and Judy is their names. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Hopefully they're still there. But and
they have natural hot spring pool and
hot tub.
Yeah, so natural from the wells below, right?
Yeah, so they have these wells on their land, and they fill up these they're actual hot full on like real hot tubs. Then they have a whole swimming pool
Mhm.
full of natural spring water, and you jump in, and it's just like, dude, it feels like silk like on your skin, and it's just like, it's absolutely amazing. So and then they're also both I believe they said they were marriage counselors, and they're also massage therapists.
Mhm.
So there's like, I think there's what, like 5 couples with us.
Yeah, for that class.
Yeah, and they brought us into like this room, and they're like, "Oh, like today we're gonna be teaching this class." And I started getting nervous. 'Cause I'm like, "Oh, dude, what is this? Like, is this gonna be one of those like swinger party things or whatever?" Because it's like we're not down for that shit. But they were super, super respectful, and everybody's like, "All right, listen, like we're like nobody's gonna be touching anybody except for like your own partner. Like this isn't like a sexual thing. We're just learning how to massage each other like the proper way." And we got this whole class, and they set up so amazing. They had like these heated blankets on the floor, and like obviously it was just like the two of us in one section, and another, each section. And it was so weird because like at the beginning they were like, well, not weird, it was magical. So at the beginning they had everybody go around the room and introduce their partner to everybody. So you're supposed to be like, oh, this is Elizabeth, and she's amazing. And at first you're just like, oh yeah, I'll just be like, this is Elizabeth, she's pretty cool. You should know her, anyways. But then like these people started talking, because there's like couples from all ages and backgrounds over there. There's a couple that's only been there for like, or have only been a couple for like 2 months. There's another couple that's been together for like 15 years. And it was just so cool to see everybody's stories, because you're seeing like, not necessarily the end of one relationship, but you're seeing like the end portion of a relationship. And you're also seeing like the beginning of a brand new relationship, and just how much love like both of these relationships have for each other. And then I got like super like teared up and freaking thought I was gonna cry.
But I think that was like a unique weekend. Like normally you can go there and you get a massage because they have massage therapists there. You can like book a massage, soak in the tub, and I think you could just visit for the day. But you can also like, there's 9 hotel rooms that you could rent.
Yeah, and we've been to a lot of different like resorts. This is definitely like, I don't know. I feel like now I've come across where there's like 2 different types of resorts now. There's some that like have like basketball and tennis and like socializing everywhere, and there's parties and dancing. And then a resort like Living Waters, it's more of just like you're going there either by yourself or with a couple, and it's more just like a
to relax.
Yeah, like a relaxing, just like spa day, pretty much is what it comes down to.
It's pretty quiet.
Yeah, so I guess what I'm trying to say, like, don't go there expecting to like have some crazy raging party, So that was definitely one of my favorite experiences. And then obviously,
then there's, if you just want to go to a hot spring, there's Deep Creek Hot Springs in Hesperia, California, and that place is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty magical.
It's like 5 different hot tubs, naturally and man-made. I guess people kind of like,
people made the holes, and then the water
fills them. So there's 5 hot tubs of different temperatures, and you can soak in any of them. I think right now they might be flooded because we've had a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Like the past, I don't know, 2-3 weeks, it's just been raining, which kind of sucks. You're not used to it, but yeah. And the hike is not, you have to hike into those hot springs, and it's not too bad. What is it, like less than 2 miles?
Yeah. So there's 3 ways to get there. Well, there was 3 ways to get there. What's that ranch called? Bone Ranch. To my understanding right now is still closed. They're not letting anybody through. So you can't go that way.
To like hike?
It's a whole brand new, or not even closed. It's they got new ownership. So the new owners, I don't think they want anything to do with it. That's also just me based off of what I've read, the little bit that I've read. But if you want some information, there's this guy that runs the SoCal Young Naturist page on Instagram, and he is super informative about all this stuff. We're not going to say his name, but go follow that. That's a SoCal Young Naturist, and he's like super informative about Deep Creek Hot Springs. And also, there's also the year one. I don't know.
It used to be a year at Deep Creek, but
now it's like a year.
It's on Instagram, so I'm sure if you just put Deep Creek, you'll probably find him. Deep Creek Hot Springs.
So Deep Creek, hard to get to. So Deep Creek, so there's, like I said, okay, so the one's down, so now there's 2 trails. There's the Bradford Ridge Trail, which is going to be on the north. It's going to be on like the south side of the mountain. So you're going to take the back side of the mountain, like up to Big Bear, and then there's plenty of information on how to get there. But that one's probably like, I'd say probably about a 3-mile hike in.
I think it's longer, but
I think so. Maybe 6.
The trail gets washed away, so sometimes you're going down these washes, which really kind of suck.
Yeah, and especially like if you've never been there before, you
Yeah.
don't really know like even like what type of direction you go to. It's pretty scary. So I recommend not going that way.
But I think if you look up Deep Creek Hot Springs, like it'll take you to what is it like? Kind of looks like the national parks page, but it's not that. It's like I think it's a trails page, and it'll show you like I believe the different routes on how to get there and the different trails, from what I remember.
Oh, cool.
It has like a lot of information, but it gives you like a map. So I'm sure if you're good at maps, you could probably figure it out.
Yeah, it's not hard to get to.
It's not hard,
especially if you're used to hiking and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's not like it's super steep or anything. Now,
It's
if you're a couch potato and you do shit with your life,
going in is definitely easier than hiking out because hiking out you're gonna have to hike uphill no matter which way you go in. So just be prepared. Like don't get like we like to drink, but don't get too messed up hanging out at the springs because you're gonna hate that hike.
Yeah.
Going out, it's all uphill.
Yeah, and the worst part about the hot springs is having to go back.
Yeah, leaving is the hardest part.
Horrible.
And you're not supposed to camp by the water. What is it like within 100 feet or so of the water?
Correct. Yeah.
Or you might get sighted. So just be aware. A lot of people go down there to camp and they risk it, and some have gotten sighted and some haven't. So it's just timing.
Yeah. Let's see. And then probably one of my favorite hot springs, actually by far my favorite hot springs I've ever been to, Saline Valley Hot Springs. It's kind of one of those like, it's kind of a secret, but you can like really.
It is a secret.
Huh?
Yeah, I thought it was a secret.
It is a secret, huh?
Like a secret.
Well, I'm saying like I'm not gonna say like where it's at or anything like that. I'm just saying so, but I feel like if you do the research, you can find your way there.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. But this place is absolutely amazing. Like it's this little tiny oasis in the middle of nowhere, and there's probably like 5 or 7 pools, and they're just like they're kept up like daily. So somebody cleans them once or twice a day, I think.
Is the people who visit actually everybody like chips in and helps to like drain and clean the pools. So if you're camping there and like you want to give back to the space, you volunteer to help like drain and clean the pools. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool spot.
Yeah. And then if you're in like the Bishop area, there's Wild Willie's Hot Spring, which is amazing.
Isn't that also called Mammoth Hot Spring?
So I was doing the research, and Mammoth Hot Spring is actually in Mammoth. So it's up the road a little bit more. But it's on the same way. Let's see, what other hot springs? Oh, Gold Strike Hot Springs, which is in Nevada. And I guess there's like this other one that's like okay, so Gold Strike is like it runs kind of like right along the Colorado River. And then technically if you were to cross the river, there's the Arizona Hot Springs, which are supposed to be even better. We haven't been there yet, but it's just from what we've heard from people.
Yeah, and Gold Strike Hot Springs has like a pretty good hike
to it. It's a lot of fun, especially if you like to like kind of like rock climb a little bit, because they have like ropes on these huge boulders you have to like rappel down from. It's definitely not for some. Well, I don't know, because we saw like that one family and they're like pretty overweight.
Yeah,
they made it.
They didn't make it,
but they're.
I mean, and like the places that you're rappelling down the boulders is not like super high, like like 10 feet.
Like you wouldn't die if you fell, but you'd get fucked up.
Like
you know. I'm gonna get another beer. Do you want a beer?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna get beer. Hang on 1 second. Keep talking.
What do you want me to talk about?
I don't know.
Gold Strike Hot Springs.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been to more hot springs. But maybe not.
What about nudist resorts that we've been to?
Nudist resorts in the Southern California area. We've been to Glen Eden, Sun Club. That's in Corona, I believe.
Yeah. Glen Eden is amazing. It's very higher. No, it's not really high. Like everybody, they're like, oh, it's like super high end.
I think Desert Sun is more high end.
Yeah. It's really beautiful. It's really, really nice. But it's not like, I don't know, you're not going to like break the bank by going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable.
And then obviously Oladell, which is our favorite, well, my favorite at least. Oladell is my favorite just because of the people. I've gotten really close with most of the people here. And it's kind of cool because, like, obviously I'm younger, and there's just with the nudist community, you're going to get older folks, and that turns a lot of younger people away. But what young people don't understand is, like, with knowledge comes, like, power. You know what I mean? And, like, when you hang out with older people, they've gone through so much, and they can tell you, like, oh, this is what I did, this is how it turned out. You shouldn't do this. And if you actually listen to people's stories and just think, like, oh, is this just some old guy, trying to be... No, like, I am a true believer that everybody is a good person. It's the things that happen in their life that makes them a bad person. You know what I mean?
It's like the Japanese say, I believe, to age is a privilege.
Ooh.
None of us are guaranteed any amount of time in life, but definitely, like what Blake was saying, people who are older, you can learn a lot from them if you just, listen.
Oh. The other day, that one thing that I really found really interesting about hanging out with, like, older people is that they're not big on just, like, spending money on stuff that they know that they can make themselves. So one of our best friends, Charlie, he's like, what, like 150 years old?
At least.
He makes the coolest shit just, like, out of scratch. Like, he's just like, oh yeah, I found, like, this tree and I made this, like, fucking sprinkler head or whatever the fuck.
Or a planter.
Yeah.
He made this planter that looks like a tree trunk, and then he has, like, a plant that looks like the top of the tree on it. It's pretty cool.
All right, hang on, let's take a side note off that. So, Living Waters is permanently closed. What the fuck?
Well, I don't know if it's just because of now, or maybe they were trying to sell it.
They were, yeah.
So.
What the fuck?
Does it say anything?
Yep. After 16 years, we are now closed. Thanks for the memories. Dude. Well, thanks. You just ruined our entire evening.
Shut up.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, that's a bummer. Hopefully, we still have their number, but
yeah.
That's a bummer. They were really, really amazing people. Have you ever checked out Deanza Springs Resort? Yes. And Deanza is fucking off the hook. So I went to this thing called Gypsy Fest. Which they didn't even have it last year, huh?
We were staying in San Diego.
We ended up staying the night.
I don't think we did, but
we ended up getting pretty drunk.
That's true. But
we should stay the night.
But we hung out there for the day to check it out, and it's a pretty cool resort. It's really big. There's a lot of hiking. There's even some rock climbing there.
There is, yeah.
Yeah.
And they had, well, it's done now, but they used to have, like, this train, I guess, like an abandoned train
that you can hike to.
But I guess they're actually fixing the railroad. So you can't hike there anymore.
What's cool about Deanza is they have an indoor covered pool that's always at, 85 degrees?
Something like that, yeah.
Like year-round, so you can always go in that pool, and it's not cold, and it's covered, so even when it rains, jump in the pool, and it's nice and warm, and it's pretty big, right? It's like an Olympic-sized pool. It's huge.
Huge.
And they also have, like, indoor, like, games. They have, like, an indoor bar and restaurant. They have an infrared sauna, which I think is amazing. They have a bunch of cool stuff down there.
Yeah.
I haven't been recently, but
this game called Cube. And you play with these
blocks.
These blocks and what are they called? Spindles?
Yeah.
Called spindles?
Wasn't it traditionally? What was it?
Traditionally femurs and skulls. So, like, these Vikings would take over these villages, fucking annihilate everybody, and then they take the skulls, and that would be like the little blocks that you play with. And then they would take the femurs, and pretty much the object of the game is to, like, you have, like, 5 skulls technically on one side and 5 on the other side. And then there's 2 teams, and then fucking throw the femur or the doily, what the fuck it's called. You try and knock over the skull, and then there's, like, this king in the middle. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is Vikings were savages. So
it's a pretty cool game.
Yeah. So yeah, we loved Deanza. Deanza was cool.
They also have a 5K, don't they?
They do, actually.
So we can't tell you when it's going to be anymore.
That's true, yeah.
But they have an annual 5K. Naked 5K. You're into that?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's runners out there. I'm not. But these running events are fucking insane. Yeah. So All Adult has theirs. Unfortunately, with everything going on, we had to move it to October, I think. Last weekend.
Yeah.
I think it's the 25th or something in October. But Olive Dells is actually one of the biggest ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can I say America? Is it in America? Or is it just in... Yeah, it's in America. One of the biggest ones in America.
Yeah. Yeah. They were saying it was added to whatever. There's like a bunch of races that runners are like really adamant that they have to do if you're like a true runner.
Yeah.
And it's been added to that list.
Dude, and that list is like the Boston Marathon and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
so
legit.
Yeah, Olive Dells would normally like plan around the Boston Marathon because like runners want to come to both. They're like, yeah, we want to run that and your 5K. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see like just all the different people who come out that day.
Oh.
And it's like kind of like a bucket list thing now, like run a naked 5K. All right, cool.
Yeah.
But people are like actually really surprised at how like
hard
casual, like how hard it is and how like casual the resort is. Like, I don't know, whatever people have in their minds like before coming here. Like some people are nervous, some people are scared. It's just the unknowing, I guess.
Yeah.
So I feel like every runner we talked to last year, because we did a podcast last year, like everybody was like, yeah, this place is super cool. Like I didn't know what to expect, but I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
And I've met so many great people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's also amazing for like the community here too at Olive Dell. Like watching them all come together and like people kind of putting their bring it deep right now. So at a nudist resort, it's just cool that like it's kind of like that whole like tribalism type of thing, you know, where it's like, or a small town, I guess, not even tribalism. I'm not gonna get too deep, but honestly, everybody knows everybody, and like you help out. Everybody helps out everybody, and if it's for like the betterment of like the community that you're in, whether it's like a city or a state or a country or whatever, it's cool to be able to see it on a smaller scale. Where like when I first moved into Olive Dell, like I didn't have to. I was like, oh yeah, you know, like oh, like the whole community came over and they're like, what do you need? Like, don't buy anything. We have plenty of pots and pans and forks and spoons and all. I didn't have to buy anything.
Coffee maker.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I got everything. And they was like, oh yeah, this is what I had extra. I don't use it anymore. You can have it. Yeah. But then like that grows on you because then like there was somebody else that moved in. I'm like, oh, what do you guys need? Like now I have like extras this because I went and bought this a while ago and
never used it.
Yeah. It was pretty cool to see. And you start to really realize like what you really need. You know, living in a place like this.
Or like a smaller like place.
Yeah, a community, like yeah,
or like no, just like in a smaller house. Like you don't have space to like hoard or like or just have stuff that is not necessary.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's cool, and but some people they like stuff, and it makes it hard, or not hard, but like I used not necessarily look down on people, but I'd be like, why are they spending their money on this suit and tie or this like this brand new fucking microwave or whatever. You know, but that when I'm like, oh, they can be spending that money on like going camping, or they can, buy fucking a brand new rope for rock climbing or something like that. But that is somebody's rock climbing, so I don't know where I was going with that. I guess I'm just trying to say like everybody has their rock
thing.
climbing, like.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I just figure, especially now, like people are just gonna figure out what's really important, and it's having a good like stable community, like people you can like rely on and like trust, and if you need something, like people are willing to help. Like that's very important. It's like it's gonna be where we need to be like socially like isolated.
Yeah.
But at least we're not isolated.
That's true.
Like if we need help, like we have some like awesome people to like help us out, or vice versa.
Yeah, that's true. And even not just like here too, like we have
people outside the gates too. Exactly.
But that was like one of our episodes that we were surrounding yourself with positive energy.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where that comes around from, because like it's kind of like an investment. It's kind of being nice to somebody is an investment. Not necessarily that you should be nice to somebody because you're expecting something in return, but you should be nice because not only will that person might do something for you, but they might actually do something better for somebody else.
Yeah.
And it kind of all kind of goes around, and that was one of the reasons I fell in love with like Burning Man, was you don't do anything for somebody else for you. You just do it because it's the right thing to do. Like one of my favorite parts of Burning Man.
Because you want to.
Yeah. One of my favorite parts of Burning Man was when that lady came up to you and just like, dude, my lips are so chapped. I just need chapstick. Can I have some? I don't know, that made her day. Like that was her everything, was just getting chapstick for her lips. And it was so simple. And you helped her.
It's like a simple gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
but don't share chapstick right now.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely not right now. But right now, this is a beautiful, ugly, beautiful time right now. But I've seen so much more positivity right now. That's also because I surround myself with positive people, you know.
Yeah.
But not gonna lie, some of those negative things are starting to creep in, you know, like some of these like news articles and stuff like that, and you know, some stuff that's not real, and some people just freaking out, some people being mean to each other. But I'm telling you right now, it's just I feel like there's so very few people who are being assholes.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more people legitimately trying to help out the community, trying to just like better the like humanity, you know. And one of my favorite things right now to see is the wellness and fitness that category, but fucking I don't know thing. Wellness and fitness like movement, I guess, right now. It's like there's so many people out there dedicated. Like there's some people that are for a living, what they do is they sell like workout videos and stuff like that, and they're like, just check out classes. Yeah, they're like, just check out my video, like it's free of charge. Just do these simple workouts, like it's really cool to see.
You still have to take care of yourself.
Yeah, and that's cool to see. And like there was like yesterday, I was stuck at home alone all day, and I don't know, I was just like kind of like freaking out a little bit. There was so just like
many thoughts.
Yeah, there's like it's so much going in my head. I'm like, I can't go anywhere, like, you know. But it was kind of nice to be able to just like there was only for like 2 minutes or like 5 minutes, but I just like sat there and I was just like, okay, just breathe, everything will be okay, it'll be fine. And then like I want to meditate a lot more than I do, but like that would have been a perfect opportunity to meditate, because it's like when you're all like all these things in your head and fucking shooting everywhere, those are the moments where you should just take it, like you shouldn't think about anything.
So would you meditate before you found nudism, or do you think it kind of like helped like with all of those kind of like mindset and wellness like routines? Like what do you think, like you call yourself a nudist?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it has taught you? Like has it taught you like, you know, bettering myself is like bettering everything? Like,
well, I think, yeah,
because I feel like you learned meditation after you were kind of living here, or like kind of in the process.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would meditate.
Has it opened your mind, I guess, to these other kind of like
outlets? Yeah, it definitely has.
right.
Well, one was the accepting of myself, which I still struggle with a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you do meditate, like you do get rid of like everything else that doesn't matter, and it is all about you. And like I love helping out people, and I love making everybody happy, and it's just like you get to a point where like obviously you can't make everybody happy. But nudism definitely helped me out a lot with that. And it was like I've never really had like super like big body issues.
Mm-hmm.
I've always just like worked out, so I was always just like in shape. But then you saw it like this last like couple months, like I started gaining weight after our nude cruise. You know, I gained a lot of weight.
Yeah, but that's vacation. But yeah.
But I did not feel good about myself.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't even necessarily I didn't feel good about myself like in the mirror. I just didn't feel good at all either. And then I don't know, something just like clicked from this. And I know we joke about, well, see, like I do watch what I eat now. You know, yeah, I don't eat as much as I probably should be, but I feel a lot better. And like, I don't know, I like definitely I lost weight. I've lost a lot of weight, you know. But just like taking care of myself was really what I needed to. I stopped drinking a lot, you know. Like right now is kind of just an exception because it's Friday night and we're doing a live podcast. So, but yeah, I definitely would not be in the mental state that I'm in right now if it wasn't for nudism, because it's like nudism has led to so many other beautiful things. Nudism is made me accept myself. Nudism led to rock climbing. Rock climbing led to me knowing that I can do things beyond my own limits that I ever thought were even possible. And then like now I'm even at a point where it's not even like a physical thing. There's emotional things I can do that I never thought was possible. You know, there's mental, like there's educational things I never thought was possible. So, and
like opened your mind.
Yeah. So, and I definitely owe a lot of that to nudism. That was a good starting block. And
yeah, I feel like you have to be open-minded.
So what about you though? So like when I first met you, you were already well, I know you don't really consider yourself a nudist, but you already hang out. It wasn't a big deal to you.
Yeah.
But when I met you, you're also like on a really good diet, and you took good care of yourself, and like, so what has nudism done now since you've been with me?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of better impact your life, or even made it worse?
Yeah, I just feel like, yeah, it's definitely like opened my mind more. I feel like it's given me a lot of opportunities. Like we've had like a lot of like things like present themselves, just being active in this community,
Mm-hmm.
and traveling and just meeting new people. We met a lot of new people, and we got to go on the new cruise, and I feel like we have other opportunities just like waiting. Like just waiting, just they're out there. I don't know what's gonna happen, but they're out there, and I feel like it's because we're involved in this community.
Yeah.
I also feel like it's also helped me like break down like I don't have to be like a certain type of person. Like I feel like like everybody like we kind of joke about it too. Like everybody hates labels. Like nobody wants to be like labeled like, oh, I want to go to a nude resort because it's that type of crowd or it's that type of person or those people. I just want to like hang out with my friends and like be naked and have fun just with my group. And so I feel like it's really like helped me like break down labels, because I feel like whatever you want to call like a nudist, like I know nature's principles, and I feel like I've kind of always lived my life like that, like self-respect, respect for others, and respect for everything. But I'm like, it doesn't mean like that's the only type of person I can be. Like I can have those values, but still, incorporate other elements of like being a woman, or like, just being an artist, or just like all these different like
you're you.
Yeah, you're you.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be like a certain type of way, or just like I don't always have to be naked to be like, yeah, I'm a true nudist. Like no, like it's fucking cold. Like I'm gonna put some clothes on, or like it's not a bad thing. So I feel like it's just helped me be more accepting of myself, because I feel like I'm really like hard on myself. It's just like kind of just like you don't have to be hard on yourself. Like you don't have to be a certain way. Like I could just be me.
Yeah. Well, okay. You're the best you that anybody's ever been, ever in the history of everness. I love you.
I love you too.
That's awesome. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Cool. So let's okay. Sorry, my friend's being an idiot. But okay, so how about this? Let's go over some of the things that are getting pushed back for Olivedale. So don't, obviously, nobody freak out. Yeah. We're gonna be fine. Might not be though. So just saying, to be honest. So obviously our Young Nature, or our Cirque du Nude, which we were so excited for, got pushed to July 25th now.
Tentatively,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm seeing some positive stuff. We won't get too into it. But it looks like malaria, I guess, like has some same. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not a fucking scientist.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like
there's hope out there. Like
there is hope.
Just like do anything drastic because they think it's the end of the world. Like you don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. Nobody knows. What?
Yeah. And like everybody. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like it's pretty cool to see this. Like it's cool to see everybody coming together and being positive about it and listening to rules, and like people like checking each other and people checking themselves too. Like don't get me wrong, I would love nothing more than to go to like Joshua Tree right now. No, I know nobody's gonna be there. I would love nothing more than to go to Bishop, but yeah,
it's kind of sad. Like tragedy brings like humanity together, but sometimes that's what has to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's so many positive outlets for like. Well, especially not like internet's still here. So like, I know, especially the older generation, like, oh, back in my day, we didn't have internet and we didn't this and whatever. But I'm like, well, we do now, and you can't like,
you can't ignore it.
Mad at us, like, well, I don't believe in cell phones. Well, they're fucking there. I don't know what to tell you. Like, we have them, and like, it's just so cool to see. And I don't know, like, not too much in the nudist community that I've been like following onto it, but in the climbing community, there's been like. These people are calling each other out like in a positive way. They're like, hey, like check out this guy's page. Like, he's doing this workout, and this guy's doing this workout, and this is a climb that he did last year, and like, and
there's people like climbing their furniture, right?
Dude, I don't know. So my buddy Stevie, he posted something that's like, it's like a hard pill to swallow, and it's like pills, and it's like nobody wants to watch you climb your furniture. I'm like, dude, I think those are the coolest fucking videos ever. It's just, yeah, it's dumb, and like obviously like, well, I mean, I don't know, you can still get a workout climbing fucking anything, but I think it's more than that. It's more than the workout. It's one, you realize how big of an impact climbing is on so many people.
Yeah.
I haven't realized, like, it took me to where I was like, oh my God, like, I haven't climbed in a week, and it's like freaking me out, and luckily I have my climbing wall at home. So
you climbed today.
Yeah, I was able to climb today. But it's kind of a scary thought to think of, like, dude, like all the things that you would miss out on if this is how it's going to be for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? If this is going to be like that movie that we watched or something like that,
like you have to look to like other areas also to keep you sane. Like, obviously you can still work out and like still be physical, but like maybe it's just like you just have to refocus your priorities.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. It's going to make people really, and I feel, and it might only last for like a month or two after this is all over. But I feel like people are going to have a real great appreciation for the little things that they take for granted.
I think we'll be better, like, after everything.
Yeah, but for how long do you think?
I can't even put a guess on it, because nobody knows. It's the unknowing that's scary.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, let's say it ended tomorrow. Like, how long until people were back to, like...
Oh, if it was tomorrow, it wouldn't even be, like, it would be that was, like, a blink of an eye.
That's true. Okay, so let's say it's, like, a couple months from now.
I feel like it has to
be it's been how it is now.
It has to be at least 3 months to have like a significant like change in somebody's life. Any like they said to gain a new habit or it takes twice as long to like create a new habit than it does to like break it or something like that. Like it takes like a longer time to create a new habit than it does to like have a bad habit.
Yeah.
I forget the exact quote, but
I know what you're saying though. Yeah, it takes longer to make a habit than it does to break a habit.
Yeah.
Yeah, breaking habits are fucking hard.
Breaking habits?
Yeah.
Like breaking bad
habits.
Oh, breaking bad habits. Yes.
Yeah, because you're just so used to like, especially and you see it in like day-to-day things. So like, okay, like every morning I wake up, first thing I do is grab my phone, and I've been trying so hard just to like. Actually, I did really good this morning. I didn't touch my phone for like probably like 2 or 3 hours until after I woke up. It was good, or like this fucking stupid vape thing. It's so horrible. Like there's literally mornings where like I'll wake up. It's like my first breath of like the new day, and I grab this fucking poisonous fucking vaporizer, start sucking on this thing. I'm taking a piss while I'm, smoking this thing. It's not good, but I'm just so used. That's just what my body knows I do. I'm driving. I set on a red light, grab my vape, smoke it. But you can use that, and like that's also into so much. Even at like work, like it only takes I don't know, let's say like 3 days, for you to get to a point of like building this box where you don't have to look at like I can now look at my computer screen and be like, oh, it's that type of box, and I just know exactly where to grab. I know exactly how to build it, flip it in a certain way. Like it's just like you become like this robot machine. But if you can use that energy for like something positive, where it's like, oh, I'm grabbing that box. I'm fucking grabbing I'm fucking doing 20 push-ups today. That's just what I do. I just do 20 push-ups. No big deal. Build a box, Oh, I just fucking make eggs and turkey bacon. That's just what I do. Like how, but why is it so hard to come up with positive habits? Why is it so much easier to have a negative? Because the negative habits feel a lot better. Maybe?
I don't know. I feel like it's just you get into like a certain like lifestyle, You're like that's just like I wake up late, I don't eat breakfast, like I smoke cigarettes, blah blah, like like you just get in like your certain way, like that's like your daily routine. It's like breaking that routine to do something like different is I guess not normal, but I think your brain wants it. So I feel like when I don't do anything, like, I don't know, I just feel like a bad person. Like I didn't like contribute or I didn't like accomplish anything. I don't feel good about myself. I'm like, I didn't do anything like worth, like that makes me feel like, yeah, like you did that today, Elizabeth. Like,
dude, fucking yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
just like
God.
I feel like a sense of like worth when I'm actually like doing something like positive, like for myself or for like anybody. I'm like, yeah, I did that. Yes.
Yeah.
Good job to me. Oh yeah. Or I didn't do that bad thing today. Like, yes. Yeah. Getting like back on the right stuff.
But it's not correct today.
Yeah. But it's not easy. Like if everything was easy, then everybody would be like, I don't know. I don't even know if there would be like a point, like I guess, to anything.
Yeah.
Like you have to work. Like I think your body like wants you to work, and your brain wants you to work.
Suffer
they want you to like you need to be stimulated. Like that's why it's like I feel like the phone is stimulating, but it's kind of numbing.
Yeah.
Or like just to watch something that's numbing. Like that's why when you're sick, they're like, "Well, watch a movie because it'll help you forget that you're sick." But it's like mind numbing. But like to always be in that constant state, it's like I think it's like a good way to be.
Yeah.
You need to do something.
Oh yeah, 100%. Put that phone down. I'm so bad with it.
You're getting better.
Okay, let's answer this guy real quick. So Ron said, "Good to see people who talk about the way nudity really is, not the fantasy." It's true.
What's the fantasy? Like a bunch of young people hanging out?
I'm pretty sure I know what he's talking about.
Okay.
But let's see. Ron, can you elaborate on that a little bit, if you don't mind? Let's see. I feel like I know what he's coming to. So out there's a lot of accounts that are like, not even accounts, there's even like resorts and stuff like that promote themselves as like nudist resorts, or there's pictures like, oh, nudist whatever does something sexual, and then that's what gives like nudist people like a bad name, is where it's you just put nudist anywhere, and then that's what like nudism becomes, because a lot of people when they see a word, then they like put that towards whatever the vision thing that they're seeing right now. So I think to your point, so like the fantasy would be, there's a lot of accounts out there where it's like these like hot young women who are like in sexy poses and they're touching themselves, so they're just like, oh, they're like in a way that's not like just being social nudism, and then they're putting on their accounts like, oh yeah, I'm a nudist. Yeah, you could be a nudist, but what you're doing, not. Did you listen a little bit? Yeah. So I'm saying it's like, so some part of the fantasy would be like, there's a lot of accounts out there who it's like, oh, this is like the nudist, nudist couple, but then it's like pictures of them just like fucking. And you're like, what does that have to do with nudism at all? Like,
well, they're naked. I'm just kidding. I'm not defending them.
No. I know what you mean. But the thing is, like people need to understand the power of words, and it's something that I've been very into lately. Is like, I won't get into that part, but
it's like the not understanding of what they're saying.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, like I think I was talking to my friend about this last night. I'm like, I wish people would just be like just say what they mean.
Yeah.
Like don't like try and like bullshit. Like just tell me like exactly like what's the end goal.
Hey, we're a couple that likes to
like just tell me what you're about. Like if you're about just the sex and like showing off your body, like then like whatever, own that.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And there's
that's what we're trying to say too. Is like,
be who you are.
Like all these, like we don't talk shit on these accounts that are like sexual accounts, or they're like model accounts, or they're anything like that. Dude, that's fucking awesome. Do your thing. It's just you cannot say that that's what nudism is.
It's just confusing.
It is, because then what people do is they come to like a family nudist resort like this, expecting to see these couples having sex in front of them. And that's not what this is. There's places
like thinking that that's okay for them to come do that, like at a family nudist resort, which like family nudist resort, is not like code for like swinger or lifestyle.
Exactly. And the thing that people like, and we like our job, like, well, I feel like our not necessarily fight, but like what we're trying to like promote is the nudist aspect of it. Now, if you're like, we're even down to like help. I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. Like, we're down to help educate people on what these other categories are, so they don't get misconstrued with what we're trying, like what our main focus is. You know what I mean?
What we're
So,
trying
like,
to promote.
If you're into like whatever, having sex with other people, or you're in a polyamorous relationship, that's totally cool. Do your thing. Like, that's not us. But we would have to help you out with your research to make sure that you don't come to a place like this expecting that. Because then you're going to be disappointed. You're going to put yourself in an awkward situation, and you're going to put other people in an awkward situation.
Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of places that you can go to.
And I think that's just like, that's more for people. Right now we're talking to people who don't know like what nudist resorts truly are. You know, they're just getting all this like misinformation. We're not saying like, oh, like if you're a swinger, you can't come here.
True.
Because
exactly,
come here, but just know that you're coming here just to enjoy like being naked, and that's it. Like just to enjoy like the freedom of like walking around with no clothes on, and that's the end. You know, whatever happens behind your closed door, like that's your own business. But like when you're out in the common area, like you're just here just to be you and be naked and like be a little bit social.
Yeah. That's that. So thank you, Ron. We appreciate that. So let's see, what else? How's your beer? Have you had 3?
No.
Count 3 right there. Just kidding. Anybody else drinking tonight? The 3 of you guys? Just kidding. Well, we were talking about something earlier, and then we answered the other guy's question. I forgot what it was. Oh, we were kind of talking about the events. So, as you guys know, the Cirque du Nude, which we're super, super excited for next weekend, been canceled. Or not canceled.
No, postponed. We're still going to have it.
Yeah, we will have it for sure.
Even if it doesn't happen in July, it's going to happen when, you know, it can happen.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty happy with July. July is a great time to have it. So as of right now, we're trying to have it for the same weekend as our Young Naturist weekend, which we also throw as well. The only thing I'm really bummed out about is that you've been working so hard, and I know everything's still there, and like it's not like a one-use type of thing. But you guys should see her like paintings and stuff that she's been doing.
Oh yeah, my art studio is like a complete mess, which is circus craft, and I'm just like, okay, well, cool, I could just pack this stuff up and like work on a different project. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'm not really. It's kind of like a relief because I feel like I've been like, oh, need to like do so much to like make this like event like be, you know, like our vision.
Mm-hmm.
And like now I'm like, oh cool, like I don't have to like worry about that for a while.
Yeah.
And like now I feel like when it does happen, we're more prepared because I knew you had this idea, but I didn't think it was gonna happen so close to the beginning of the year. Because they like all adult plans their calendar like what, November?
Yeah.
The previous year, and I think in November we're like, okay, we're gonna have this party in March, but I don't think I really realized that like March is pretty quick into the year.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot that goes into these parties. It's
not just
it's like,
a lot of work.
I don't know, like when you're if you have a party at your house, like a kickback. Like I used to just have kickbacks, like in high school and college.
People just show up.
Yeah, you're just like, hey, come on by, bring some beer, good to go. But here you got to worry about like the pricing first of all. Like how do we make it where everybody can afford to come? Because we truly do want everybody of all shapes and sizes, all ages. We want everybody able to come.
But then we have to worry about the money aspect because, the nudist resort is a business. Yeah. And
that money that we get for these parties, it just gets fluctuated back into itself. Yeah. So it's just like you spend $800, you have to make $800 to, but we don't really seem to have problems. Like people, I feel like people want to come, and there's a lot of people who say that they will never do it, or there's a lot of people that say that they want to come, but like it's getting to that point of actually like showing up. You should just show up. Because like it's not like anybody's here. We don't have like security guards, like armed security guards at the gate that are like, all right, once you're in, you're in. No leaving. You can literally come in, take one look around, and be like, nope, not for me, and go back home. But you've also told yourself, like, you've done it, you've tried it, you've experienced it. You're like, hey, that's not for me. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't met one person who says it wasn't for them. But
Yeah.
it could happen. It honestly could happen.
I think people are just scared, like, of the naked part. Like, obviously, that's, like, one of the other most common questions. Like, do I have to be fully naked?
Yeah.
We're like, well, yes, it's a nudist
yeah.
resort. You know, that's the point. You can go, I'm like, you can go anywhere else. Like, people are like, oh, you should have this type of party with this type of costume and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, cool. You do that.
Yeah.
You find a space, like your house, or find another space. You can totally have that party. But the point of going to a nudist resort is to be naked. I'm sorry. Like, that's why I don't like to, like, when we have parties, I don't like to encourage costumes because, like, for people who are coming for their first time, who are, like, drilled into their head, you need to be naked, you need to be naked, you need to be naked. And, like, we have, like, obviously we know, like, that person's a nudist, but when they come, like, dressed in a costume, it's confusing.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, well, now I have this new person who's like, what the fuck? I thought you said I had to be naked. And I was like, veteran who's, like, dressed in a costume. It's like mixed messaging.
Yeah.
Or mixed messaging. Yeah.
Well, especially, like, and that's why I love that. Not only do I love the summertime because there's no fucking rain, but everybody's just naked the entire time. Like,
so hot.
You don't want
to have clothes on.
And then now they're cracking down a little bit more too on, like, you know, when you're in the common area, when you're by the pool, no, you have to be naked. And that's not because there's some guy, like, just, like, wanting to see naked people. It's, no, this is a nudist resort.
Yeah.
And that's what this is for. And, like, even, like, my dad's mentioned something before about, like, oh, why don't you guys have, like, a clothes party to, like, you know, get people to get comfortable, you know, being at the resort.
Kind of like a friends and
like, no, that's just having a regular fucking party.
Yeah.
You know? And then, like...
Because I think his point was, like, to show them the space. Like, because
that's true.
It is a beautiful resort. I mean, the grounds aren't big, but, like, if you're into camp or hiking, if you're into camping too, the hiking, like, or if you're into, like, just being, like, out in nature, like, it's the perfect place to come.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you need to be naked. Sorry. Like, that's the whole purpose of this place.
So Ron says, when I have gone to a nudist resort, it is more of a way for me to relax, be myself. It's spiritual Xanax for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's definitely is. It could get spiritual for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And especially because, like, a lot of the main crowd that comes to nudist resorts. Oh. Are we still live?
I don't know.
Connection is unstable. Please wait while we try to reconnect. Oh, reconnected. Cool. All right. I feel like the people that come to resorts, like, you do still, like, even if you have, like, a modern day, like, hippie, something like that, like, everybody's got that hippie mentality where it's just like the people have already done it. Like, okay, you know, we just love yourself, love each other, and, you know, it just is what it is. But I feel like even if you just go out, even just being in nature naked by yourself, there's this sense of, like, this euphoric, like, spiritual, like, oneness, you know, that you receive, and it's just so beautiful. And it's like, and, like, I don't know, like, it gets over talked about a lot, but not under. It's been over talked about, but underplayed. People are like, yeah, like, feeling like that, the breeze on my naked body and stuff like that. You're like, oh yeah, like, that's kind of cool. Like, no, like, when you feel that breeze on, like, the crevices of your body that haven't been touched, like, sun and probably some people's whole lives, it's just like, it's a different feeling. There's something healthy about it. There's something good about it. You know, you get a better, what's that, dopamine, you know, release, you know, from something 100, like, literally the most natural state you can be in with the most natural, like, situation you can be in. You know, like, you get these dopamines from your text messages or from your likes that you get on Instagram and wherever, or from TV shows that you watch. But imagine getting that same exact feeling, if not more, from literally just, like, standing in the sun, or, like, by, like, a lake, or by a tree, or something. I don't know. There's something about it, you know, and that you can get that by yourself. You can get that with, you know, it's cool. And then, like, the thing that, like, that with social nudism, like, what I love it so much is that, you know, you can be comfortable. Like, I've seen so many different body types here. I've seen very beautiful people. I've seen not very, in my eyes, not very beautiful people. You know, that's not me being mean. That's just,
like, physically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You aren't
but, like,
attracted to
physically,
them.
like, I'm not attracted. But that's not what it's about. It's not. I'm not here to have sex with everybody. I'm just here to, like, just be.
Mm.
And yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, spiritual Xanax. I like that. Try to write that into something.
Yeah.
Isn't Xanax like a
Some kind of like
I think
mental
it's like
drug.
yeah, chillax you or something like
I
that.
think so.
I don't know. Weed helps with that too. Let's see what else. What else?
Mm.
Just kidding.
We could wrap it out.
We could, yeah. Does anybody have any questions? Well, I think the thing is, I think there's more people on here. It's just there's only 3 with accounts. I think that's what it comes down to. So, yeah, we can wrap it up.
Sweet.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah. So, awesome. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming to our first live video. I think it went pretty well.
Yeah.
There wasn't really any technical difficulties. I know that we've been staring at the screen the whole time.
Yeah. Sorry.
Not
probably like
at the camera. So
adjust
maybe
it.
next time we'll put it this way. That's what we do. We're just learning. So
once it gets hotter, we'll be naked.
That's true.
Right
yeah.
now
I know like a
It's
lot of
fucking cold. They're like, why aren't you naked?
yeah, everybody's like, oh, how is it our naked studio if you guys are naked? It's fucking cold, dude. It's so fucking cold.
Now we have a heater on, but it's still pretty cold.
Yeah. It sucks.
So
You're great, Ron. Thank you so much.
what did you say?
You guys are great. Great show.
Oh,
See, this is
thank you.
people like that. That's why we love doing this. People that send us pictures of their dicks.
It hardly happens anymore, but yes.
Anymore. But yeah. And the people were like, oh, sex. Like, no, dude. Just fucking get naked. It's simple. It's the simplest thing you can do. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. Please stay safe out there.
Yeah. Be a nice human.
Yeah, be a good human. I like that. It's very simple. Remember, guys, the naturism. I'm drunk.
What? What's wrong?
What's it? Respect all beings and things.
Yes. Respect all beings and things. Respect yourself. Number 1. Respect others and respect the environment.
Mm.
Very important. Even if you're not a naturist or even call yourself a naturist.
No.
Just be a good human.
Just be you. Don't
Yeah.
put label on yourself. You can be whatever type of fucking person you want to be. And you're right, Ron. Nudity is not about sex, but freedom.
Yes.
Nudism is not about sex.
Nudism. Yeah. Yes.
Because if you watch porn, then they're naked. Sorry, though. But you know what I mean. Yeah. You're awesome, Ron. I really appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. And hope you guys have a great, wonderful night.
Yeah. Good night.
Cheers. See you guys.